a picture of who this man was. Mesiras Nefesh, dreams, visions, Gadlus B'Torah, Yuzma. But you wonder, when you look a little bit deeper, how much of what he built was founded in this keen historical sense. We mentioned this word in our first session, and I want to go into that today because it's also another kind of unique aspect about him which you don't necessarily notice when we talk about other Gedolim. We already mentioned that his plan originally was to not create one yeshiva, but to create 18 yeshivas. 18. And specifically, I'll shame the yeshivas that were a new Radin, a new Ponevezher, of course, a new Baranovich. That was the idea. He thought of making special Beit Midrashos that would have the amount of places, listen to this, of the destroyed, decimated Kehilas in Europe. Who thinks like that? We'll have 739 seats or whatever it was. He wanted to have something called a Yom Dekala, which would be a yard site for the different places where members of a community that had been destroyed would come together on that day for Torah and Tefillah. He was rooting into the past. But unbelievably stirring is this. You have to hear this story. What would you do if you went to Rome? A lot of people went to Rome. I went to Rome after 11th grade or 10th grade. I had a Chow Baby t-shirt on. I posed like a gladiator, probably not realizing then what gladiators were and what they were doing, or maybe yes, right? With my sister, visit the Colosseum. Listen to what the Ponevezher Rav did. Now this is told by Shlomo Lawrence, who much of our facts about the Ponevezher Rav come from, who had a lot to do with the Ponevezher Rav, but he had heard it from someone named Rav Dr. Moshe Rothschild, who was a known person who created the Ma'aneh HaYeshua, which is a known hospital in Bnei Brak. Okay? And he was with the Ponevezher Rav in no less than Rome, and they were in a taxi, and I heard him speaking to himself, and he says, Ani kolech ligmor cheshbon. Ligmor cheshbon means like to finish an account. It's kind of like the way, like a mafioso would speak. I'm going to finish an account. So I'm going to finish an account for once and forever. I know what he was talking about. We headed to Shar Titus, the Titus arch. Of course, Titus was the destroyer of the Beis HaMikdash. Rabbeinu asked the driver to stop. He went to the beautiful arch. He stood up fully and he started talking. You hear this? Titus, Titus. Thousands of years ago, you tried to destroy Klal Yisrael, that no one should be left. Look, Titus, who recognizes you today? From all of your Torah, from all your philosophy, what's left? Is there anybody who sees themselves as continuers of Titus? I'm a Talmud of Titus, and I go in his ways. And I come now from Bnei Brak and Eretz Yisrael that you wanted to destroy. And I've established, there is a yeshiva there that has more than 500 students that are learning Torah that you wanted to make forgotten for us. Besides other hundreds of yeshivas that are all around the whole world. And he didn't finish. And he continued. And he announced. It's true. The Mikdash and the Kodesh Ekdashim, Bezita Chilalta, you destroyed, you were Matame, the Beis HaMikdash. But come today to the Kotel. Look how Jews stand day and night and cry about that Horban. And they wait and they desire for the Binyan Beis HaMikdash. They learn about it. What was a Tavnid? Everybody studies the parashas of the Beis HaMikdash. This is the greatest sign that it will be rebuilt. You've been forgotten forever, and your name is lost. Yehuda chaya techya uparach tefrach, but Yehuda will continue and blossom. Siyem Rabbeinu edvar v'nergashim. And of course, when he mentioned Yehuda, he was referring to what's written there on the Shar Judea Kapta, Yehuda Shvuya. Amazing. Need we say more about what type of person this was? Who thinks like that? Who imagines like that? This is how the Rav saw himself. He was on a historical mission. He was part of the Shalshelas HaDoros, the continuation of the Doros, that no matter what, Torah kept going, and he was a link in that chain connected way, way back. And rebuilding not just Europe, and not just continue Europe, but rebuilding what had been in Eretz Yisrael so many years before that.